I want to show you guys something. I was so stoked today. I was doing a live stream too, and I hope Kim didn't catch any of this because even like Bubba Sue was in there. See Bubba Sue in here now, and there were some other people. And they're like, I'm like, Kim could be watching. Occasionally she's watching a live. I never know. But today, and going by my standards of $2 a mile, and if it's not, it's not, I don't take it. If it is, I still look at it and figure it out. Boom.
No way.
I have status. But hold on, guys. I want to real quickly run through this because, okay, here's one screenshot of it, right? Here's one that's showing my stats. My stats are great, right? I mean, I got what I mean, other than, well, the AR shouldn't count 50%. So, but 99, 5.0, 92. I mean, come on, guys. This is what it is. So I touch on the top one. What is the priority high paying earnings? So these are the two things I should expect from this level. So this is kind of funny to me because I am now wondering, will this just mean I see a few more? Whereas like it's gotten pretty good, obviously, at filtering me $2 a mile ones. The algorithm can learn that I like that. We know that. And then could just filter me out those, and saving data money is huge with these companies. Like if they're taking advantage of transparency here in Colorado, they would be saying, okay, well, he doesn't take less than $2 a mile. Don't send them to him. You know, it might just mean a lot less orders, but I have a feeling I'm going to see orders now that I don't want, and then only the same orders that I'm seeing already anyway. So maybe a little higher volume. That's it. But then the other thing that I get is this, and I got to say, everybody in Colorado is familiar. I used to have to do 5 days in advance to grab a Friday 5:30 to 7:30 shift that I'd live stream. As long as I'm 2 days before, I can schedule 4 a.m. to midnight and as many as I want any day of the week, as long as I do it 2 days prior. So what does this do for me? I can schedule at 3 p.m. the same thing.
Yeah.
Because I mean, it's available to me every day. Like I can do it any day. But then I was like all proud. I touched that magic AR number and it said, needs improvement. My gift. I also got a slap from him. I did. I know. And look, let's be honest, 50% is an F minus. But what does that make 9%, which is where I was for 2 years?
Non-existent. No, I'm just kidding.
Right, but I'm saying, okay, so Kim, you do more DoorDash than anybody up here.
Uh-huh.
What, honestly, knowing, like we talk a lot, knowing what's going on here with the transparency, I'm seeing it. What would you expect that happens to me at 50%? Anything?
Honestly, I think this is so. The only thing I think the tier system is good for and maintaining platinum is Dash Now. I think that's the only reason why anybody honestly maintains that status. What you see in platinum is probably what you see on any other tier. Honestly, I don't think it's that much different. I think the order volume, in my opinion, kind of goes down as you keep going down. So as you're going up, you'll start to see more orders, just probably not the best quality order. So it'll keep you busy. So you might see a little bit more uptick in the amount of orders you see. I don't know. I've never honestly been silver or gold, so I can't kind of tell you those.
Listen to Kim. Like, she's such a perfectionist. She's like, I've never been a second tier person.
No,
but
it's true. Sorry.
No, but okay. So now here's my last question. Same thing with what's going on with the transparency, all that here, the fact that I see it. And even in the Uber Eats ones, if somebody were to remove a tip, which we haven't even heard of yet, that I haven't heard of it happening, you have to be, you just call Uber Eats. They have to compensate that same amount back, because if that's what you were shown, that's what they're going to be audited for. So at this point, Uber Eats in Colorado has to take a loss on tip baiting. They have to be the ones to take the loss. So does DoorDash. You can't be tip baited. Your initial screen that shows what the offer is and all the details, that's what you're paid. There is no exceptions.
Tip baiting shouldn't be a thing. We've been fighting this for years as drivers. Like, it shouldn't even be a thing on any one of these apps
Yeah.
ever.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I mean, if you're trying to get better service at a restaurant and you walk up with a folded $100 bill at a nice restaurant and you hand it to the maitre d', you don't steal it back on the way out.
No.
That was your like magic money to get up front. So
if you have an issue, you should be going through customer service or support and doing it that way, not a back end through the driver. You know what I'm saying? Like I've never in the years of doing this ever got tip baiting. I don't get it.
If I get to 70%, it would only happen if this keeps up. I mean, again, it took this long, which wasn't too long, but I mean, like it took a couple months, even in the amount of time I do DoorDash, because I would only do it. I mean, if it wasn't 2 a mile, I wasn't doing it. So if I got to the, what is it? Platinum, aluminum, plastic, saran wrap. What level is it?
What?
What's the good level? What's the 70%? Platinum. If I get to platinum, what would you see happening for me in my market? And I know you're guessing. I know you don't know, but
it should be like the 9%ers. Since you just said 10, maybe that should be the 9%ers.
But honestly, like, what would I see different? Would I see anything different for real?
Between what and what? I missed that. I was having fun.
If I got to the platinum, would I see anything better in my market, do you think, for real?
Depends on your market. Yeah, you're going to see, if you do shop and deliveries, you're going to probably see better shop and delivers. You're going to see large order catering probably a lot more often than what you normally do. So there is a difference. It's honestly, it's all about the large order program. You're going to start seeing, or I should say large order catering. You're going to see a lot more of those come to your phone than probably in any other tier, I would assume.
And I think even more importantly, you're just going to feel better about yourself.
That's, Tom, I think it's honestly all a mind game. Like, I think DoorDash has us programmed to look
I fell into whatever I am, coal or whatever.
But I think they have a program that, like, especially like the colors they use, like as soon as an order comes up and you see like blue for, platinum and whatever gold and silver is, like you see those and like, oh, that's a good order. Let me take it. But then you look at it and it's like $7 for like 3 miles. And you're like, is that really the best order? Like they can send me at like the top tier? Like you start second guessing it, but they have it programmed into Dashers' minds that by just putting in that color, it's like the best order ever.
Yeah, and
because they gamified it, right?
On Uber now with the Advantage Plus and all that kind of stuff that they started last week.
I mean, Thomas has on here never have to schedule, but see, that's the thing, Thomas. When we got complete transparency here, I never have to schedule anyway. I mean, I know that sounds weird, but they really have opened up the books for us. They're like, fine, you know what? You guys want complete transparency? You can all schedule every day of the week for every hour. Go ahead. And that's kind of just what they do. Like the day before, you won't be able to schedule for the next day, except for maybe 2-hour blocks, which even that couldn't even happen before. Sometimes even when I was like in the single digits teens, I would only be able to schedule maybe that Friday shift I was trying for, but then midnight to 12:30. I'm not even kidding. They were showing me a half-hour block at midnight.
Yeah,
but it also depends on how many orders you did though recently, because it's not just about your acceptance rate, because my acceptance rate's at 12. And when I go into my scheduling, it's always been pretty much the same thing. I could schedule out like 5 days ahead or whatever. But if I haven't done any deliveries within, let's say 20, 30 days or whatever, then my schedule, like I have to go almost a week out.
I have a feeling I'm going to suffer from Cody disease here. I'm going to have this problem. I'm going to be like, ugh. What do you mean I need to do stuff? I like it when I just pick the semi-crappy ones and didn't
But this
take the ultra crappy ones.
But this is when I say like every market's different. There are markets out there, and talking to other dashers, that you need the dash now in order to even work. There are markets that don't have any schedules available, and the only way you can work the DoorDash app is if you do dash now. So it's almost I'm telling you, it's one big huge game that DoorDash plays with drivers versus scheduling versus what you can actually work.
So if DoorDash removed the Dash Now feature on their tier program, they came up with other stuff. Hey, we'll send you a Frisbee and other stuff. But they removed Dash Now as a thing. Would you still fight it for it, Kim?
No, there would be no point. The
There'd be
only
no
reason
point.
why I do Platinum is for Dash Now, because scheduling is an issue.